All right. Welcome to another edition of the Elite Mancast every Wednesdays at 8:30. Tune in to tell a friend so y'all can go over there to YouTube, like, subscribe, and share, man. That's what we doing it over there. But y'all know the same page every week. We gonna still do it here so we can gather the people.
Yeah.
Tonight, man, we got some life lessons learned to where we're going to just try to elaborate on some things that might can help you, help us, help each other so we can all grow together, man. That's what it's all about, growth. It's not about, I know more than you did this and you did that. We don't point the finger. We're not in competition. We're not even
Mm-hmm.
with ourselves. We just getting better, man. That's all we doing, working on is just getting better. Because you versus you, that would be an argument. That would be a fight within your own mind. So then we can't have that kind of competition. We got to learn to just grow. Forget the versus anything. We just growing, learning, and we're gonna take out all the things that we've done bad and make it good. So that's part of the program tonight, man. We got Mike, me and Mike tonight. Uh Alejandro, he had to work. He got, that chef, and the chef be chefing.
Mm-hmm. For real.
Yeah, so that's what we doing. Mike, give me a little something what you got tonight.
Well, I told my daughter, I'm like, you learn from your mistakes. She looked me right in my eyes and said, "Well, you must be a genius by now." So, so, and I tell you, man, I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, but the thing is, those life lessons learned,
Yeah.
and the lessons that we learn through life are actually some of the best lessons because you never forget.
Oh
It's
yeah.
always going to stick with you. It's
Oh
just
yeah.
like if you tell a kid not to touch a hot stove, the kid going to keep reaching for it until it finally touches it
Till it
and gets
burns.
burnt, and it'll never forget. Anytime they feel a little heat, they running the other way.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's where we at tonight. We talking
I
about those
love it.
life lessons.
Yes, sir. I love it, man, because it's all about growth, you know.
Yes.
Even just like he said with the baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Everybody, man. But we're gonna give y'all some solutions too on some things that's gonna better you within your learning lessons, man. So
Hmm.
I know me myself, I had to stop procrastinating. I used to be a big time talker. Oh yeah, man, I do it because when I was younger, I was just doing. I wasn't even talking. But then when you get in your 30s, your 40s, you're not as agile as you used to be. You like, yeah, man, I used to, and then I still do it, but then would never do anything. So I had to
Right.
stop talking. I had to quit putting the business out there because I wasn't doing nothing. So that's a lesson right there in itself that shows you that if you don't, until you do it, don't even really say you're going to do anything. Just start popping out and doing
Right.
things. Because
That's
when
it.
you say you're going to do it, people's expectations are greater than yours.
Hmm.
They're like, man, I can't wait. I'm waiting on you. And then you fail. You like, man, everybody start looking at you like, man, I'm not finna fool with this dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Hey.
foolery.
And
What you
then that
got?
also works for your own self-conscious because once you fail after telling everybody, that's a lesson that I learned because I used to go to karate tournaments all the time, and I'd be coming back every other weekend with 3 or 4 trophies, right? And
Yeah.
one day, guys, they like, "Yo, Mike, you doing this? You doing it all big?" And here I am. I got into that bragging mode. I'm like, "Yeah, man,
Uh-huh.
I can't be beat. I'm this, I'm that, I'm the
Yeah.
shit." I went to a tournament and lost. Came back, didn't have one trophy. Everybody like, "Yo, what happened?" Like, yo, I hung my head for about a minute. Like, yo, man,
The universe.
couldn't do it. They
The
beat me,
universe done
but
whooped you.
you know what? I cut back on all that bragging,
Yeah.
stopped me in my tracks, because bragging didn't serve any purpose. So
No.
then I go out there and I just do it. I didn't talk about it ahead of the time. I just went, did it, came back with the trophies, and
Yeah,
that served me a
sometimes,
whole lot better.
but you know what it is, I think, bro? I think sometimes we just be happy about our accomplishments. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think it
Yeah,
be bragging some of the time. I think it just be, man, I'm just feeling confident because I've accomplished these things. You know,
yeah,
I've withstood the best of them, and I'm
right.
still here. So why wouldn't I have that type of confidence to where I can have people be looking at me like, yeah, you know, that's what I do. So it's like
Yeah,
when we go through these type of challenges and we go through these obstacles of life, we do have to remain, you know, humble in a state of just like, you know what?
that's the
I ain't even
lesson
gonna
right
say
there.
nothing. I'm gonna let this action show you better than I can tell you, you know,
Right.
because
But
I
along
failed
with,
to, yeah, I failed a bunch of times with running my mouth. And that's why I say now,
hmm
if it ain't in the makings, it's like a couple months ago I said I was gonna do something with somebody, but then they said they wasn't ready. So now I'm looking
hmm
like, damn, man, I'm, you know, I can't even
hey, I
say,
did it too.
you know. So it's like we have to
Yeah,
realize, man, when we doing these things in life of growth and trying to get to the next, well, working on getting to the, I ain't gonna say try, because try is not even a word for me no more. But working on getting to
right.
the next level, I just feel like we just have to slow down with the conversation and just start putting out seeds in the ground, you know?
Yeah. But a lot of times that confidence that we have and the excitement, we start to overdo it and it starts going to your head to you really thinking that you're the shit. And then you start losing that humility. And
Yeah.
then life has a way of bringing you right back down to earth. And it does
Yeah.
it in a way that you'll never forget.
And you know, ego plays a big part in that too, bro.
Yes, yes.
Our ego and our pride has held us
Yep.
in places for too long to where we're not supposed to be at,
Yeah,
you know?
that's true. We don't advance anywhere because we're stuck on our ego.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. I'm guilty. I know, boy, I used to be a very
Mm.
prideful person, you know. Amber, what's happening? But I used to be a very prideful person. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was always like you said, I'm the shit. You can't tell me nothing, man. I dunk on anybody. I'm crossing people over. I think I can't be beat.
Mm.
Then my knee gave out on me because I was out there drinking alcohol, playing ball, you know, doing too much.
Ah,
And
yeah,
it showed that now you're not finna do all of these things you think you finna do. Not the way you doing it. Overconfident. That's what it was.
yeah,
Overconfident.
yeah.
And it beat me up. So it's like nowadays, man, all I do is just do the work, you know. It's like I barely show people that I'm working out anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's like I
Right.
might post it every now and then, but you know, in the beginning, I was working out every day. I'm showing you I'm doing this and doing that. But
Hmm.
now it's like, nah, I'm gonna just keep showing. I'm gonna keep showing up for me instead of putting it
Right.
out here and showing people a journey. They don't even need to see the journey. They just need to see the results because half of
Yeah.
us, we're result based people anyway. We don't even, I know the women just want a man that's already making six figures. She don't want to go through she don't want to go in the gym with you. She want to see you with already,
Right.
you got a six pack already. I don't want to go in no
Mm.
gym. I want to see you with a six pack and muscles, man.
Yeah, it's true. You got to get them
Yeah.
somewhere. Got to get them somewhere. You know what's another lesson that I learned? Actually, I learned this one in the army. But you know how people say your attitude will dictate your altitude?
Yeah.
There was a time when I first joined the army, I was a radio operator. And that meant I had to learn a lot of like encoding and decoding messages, Morse code, and setting up antennas and all kinds of different stuff, right? So
Yeah.
it wasn't just sitting on a mic and talking. Because one of the first things that they taught us was like, yo, from the time you key that mic, your life expectancy is about 5 minutes. That's how long it takes the enemy to triangulate on your location and call in an artillery strike. So
Damn.
everything had to be done quick.
Yeah.
You get your message across, and you get off. Don't give them time to find where you are. So
Yeah.
I was good at it. But then a few years after, I used to go to, I was like, I always was in headquarters.
Okay.
But when I was in an infantry unit, if I wasn't actually on the radio during the day, I request to go out with the line units and train. So I'm getting the combat training, right? So now a few years down the road, I go back to Germany, my second tour. I had changed to a nuclear biological chemical warfare specialist.
Oh.
So now they put me in an NBC company. Because of my background, I had all this combat training because I was the infantry units and all the different awards and just showed all this. So I get in and I request to go to recon. So I was in charge of the recon squad. I'm teaching them everything. So these are my boys because they did what I did and I taught them stuff that they normally wouldn't have learned. Because most of
Yeah.
them, that was their first unit. So now it comes, we getting ready to go out on a training exercise, 2 week exercise. I get a call from my commander that instead of being in charge of my unit, now I'm going to be working in battalion headquarters doing communications. I didn't want to do that. So I was pissed. I'm like, nah, I ain't doing that. Like, hey, the colonel said you're going to do it, you're doing it. So I did it. 2 weeks. I did the job and I did an excellent job at it, right?
Yeah.
So now we come back after everything was done. Me, my platoon sergeant comes to me. He was like, Mike, I put you in for an award for a commendation, Army Commendation Medal. And he says, but they denied it. I said, why is that? He said, because while you were doing this stuff, you did a great job, but your attitude, and you weren't hiding your attitude. He said, the commander denied it because you showed everybody that you didn't want to do it. Even though
Yeah.
you did it, you let them know that you really didn't want to be doing that.
So that goes
And
back to
I
us
didn't
talking
get that
about the
award.
talking. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and the thing is, I mean, I didn't say nothing. It's like, you know how a kid, when the parents tell them to do something, they got their mouth poked out and they stomping
Right.
around.
Right.
That was me. That was me. Just because I didn't want to do it. I did it. I did an excellent job. But it's like, yo, that's when I realized your attitude will determine your altitude. Because
Who
that would
sang
have
that
been just,
song?
I
LTD.
don't even remember. Was it?
LTD.
Think so? Could be.
It's your attitude.
Yep.
That's what describes you. Yeah. Be
Yeah.
what you want to be. Yeah, go ahead, bro. I'm just jamming. My
And
bad.
it's true. It's a true statement because that's when I actually learned if you go about things, whether you want to do it or not, you don't have to show that you don't want to do it. But if you just do it just to humility, because I'm like, oh, I'm better than this. I don't want to do this. I could be out there with my people doing something else. But
You didn't
because
you
of that,
didn't you didn't keep your poker face.
right, that was it. I didn't keep the poker face, and every time I had to do something, I'm stomping around like y'all don't want to be doing this shit. Everybody knew that I didn't want to be doing it. And just
Right.
imagine that extra award had I got it, because I really care about awards and medals and all that shit. I got
Right.
quite a few of them as it was, but it's like that award might have got me a promotion a lot quicker.
How about that?
That's why I
So
say now I know my attitude, no matter what I do, I'm going to always show a positive attitude about it.
be able be able to embrace change without changing your face.
Right. Because now, especially in the civilian world, if you're working for yourself, you can't be having no attitude with your customers. You ain't gonna
Yeah.
get no more customers. You ain't getting no referrals, and then that
That's
customer might not call you back for nothing else.
that's so true, Amber.
What she said, I can't even read it, even with the glasses.
Oh no, yeah, that's she was just saying it. Some things is hard for Aries people to do, man. We just can't. It just basically I ain't finna fake like I ain't finna have no poker face. It's gonna be my face gonna let you know. Yeah, that's what she was saying, the
Yeah,
poker face. Yeah.
that's true. And
She
I
say
ain't even no
poker face,
Aries.
nope. I would show all the time without words.
Yeah, but but see, I learned because a lot of people, you know how they people just fly off. Somebody tell them, well, you can't do this, but this is wrong, and the next thing you know, they just hit the ceiling,
Yeah.
cussing people out and stuff like that. It's like even this morning, man, I was driving along, and this woman, I'm driving like 70 miles an hour. This woman just pulls in front of me. I'm in my truck. She pulls over and she slows down because she sees the cop car up ahead. But she just damn near went from 70 to 40. And I'm
Yeah.
on her. So I'm flashing my lights. Then I
Yeah.
just change lanes and go around her. So I pull into a truck stop, get fuel. All of a sudden, these two women come out. This one black girl. She's like, yo, is that your truck? I said, yeah. Why? This white woman that's with her wants to start cussing me out. She's like, oh, you cut me off. You flash your lights. You damn near killed me. I looked at this woman and started laughing. I'm
Yeah.
like, I guess I grew a lot because instead of turning around and saying the first thing that I wanted to say, I started asking, yo, is your name Karen? Because she was like,
Yeah.
I'm like, yo. I just started
Man.
laughing, and then she wanted to go on. I turned
So
around and walked away. Left her
so that
ass
shows
talking.
that sign of maturity right there, man. That
Yeah.
sign of maturity. Ain't no need to argue. That's a woman. You be like, yeah, all right, baby, I'm gonna holler at you later. You
Yep.
know?
And you know how everything gets out of proportion when it's a white woman. Cause those Karens,
Oh boy. Say
the
man.
whole story changed. Like he cut
Yeah.
me off and damn near killed me. Man, I
Yeah.
got too many alarms on my truck that if I do something like that, my company would know that I did it.
That's right.
So
That's
hey,
right. Say, but
all right,
we really have to understand the importance of self-care. And that's part of it right there.
yeah,
When you can learn like stuff like that to for it's like, hey man, I don't have to be rebuttal. I don't have to be combative with this person that I have no clue who she is, because
mm,
we don't have anything to prove to anybody. So self-care
yeah,
for me, what I look at self-care is putting the right foods in the body, drinking the right liquids, doing the
yeah,
exercises, taking the time to talk to yourself in the mirror without
yeah,
feeling guilty or without feeling shameful about something that done went down. So it's like with you didn't want to do the assignment. You didn't want to, the lady cut you off. It's like a lot of things could have had you out of character. Well, the first one
mm,
did, but yeah, the second one you learned, that was the lesson you learned from
yeah,
the first one. Yeah, it's like, man, I can't even
yeah,
show my face because right now I be in the wrong because I know at them truck stops you got them police there all the time, so
yep.
she gonna
Cameras
definitely,
everywhere.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, so you,
and the the thing that got me though was she went and got the black girl from behind the cash register to come out with her. And I started to ask her too. So, I mean, you really gonna let this woman drag you into something that ain't got nothing to do with you? Something like that? Cause I could have gone. It could have gone the other way for real. I'm like, man, I just shook
no,
my
not
head.
with a woman. It'll never go the other way with a
Nah,
woman, bro. That ain't how it
no,
go. I
that ain't how it's
wouldn't, I
supposed
wouldn't,
to
I
go.
wouldn't care. I wouldn't care how foul their mouth is or none of that. I know, just like she said, just walk away because anything that happens to any type, I don't care if she done threw a brick or none of that. Now, if she threw a brick, that's a different story. But if she just sitting up there
Mm,
rapping, like, man, you gotta be kidding me, man.
yep. That's
Sometimes you
why I
might want
just
to ask
laugh.
her. You should have asked her, you think you can beat up a man? Because you showing man qualities right now.
Yeah, I think some of them really believe they can.
Well, some of them can though.
It's
Some of them can beat up.
yeah, that's true.
Some the type of man that they've dealt with. Because they
Yeah,
know some of these cats just be talking. And then but a real woman gonna excuse herself out of that situation. She wouldn't even put herself in that situation.
right.
It's trying to be combative. Yeah, yeah, just like
Yeah,
yeah, for real. Amber, that ain't no joke. Let me put that on the stage. Yeah. She was trying to jam you up just that fast. You
yeah,
know? Yeah.
yeah. That's
And
why I
it
laughed
wasn't
and
going
walked away.
yeah,
Mm,
you was gonna be the one in the trouble, and then she's still out there riding around because we
Yep.
done seen it happen so many times to where these little situations turn big just by rubbing up against somebody,
Mm,
getting too
right.
close to somebody. We've seen how that I seen back in the day. It was the one lady. She was running her she didn't want to talk to the guy, and the guy hit her with the brick. Right?
Damn.
You remember that? You don't remember that? It was all over social media. The guy, it was a dude.
I
He
think
was
I
trying.
do.
Yeah, he was trying to talk to the chicken, but then come to find out, she was running her mouth.
Mm,
But he was one of them males that beta who didn't know how to handle that situation. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to
right.
realize a lot of these guys are unstable. I did a live just a minute ago about mental abuse. He's probably been
Mm-hmm.
in a mental abuse situation to where his mom abused him, his sisters abused him, his girlfriends abused
Right.
him, and now he's like, say, you know what, man, ain't nobody else gonna abuse me. So we have
Right.
to really look at these characters that we standing next to. We got to look at the people we standing next to as like, hey, man, you're not gonna bother my peace of mind.
Peace. Yep.
I'm not gonna allow you to even be in my space right now. So just like Amber said, we just walking away. We're not trying to get
Yeah.
jammed up on some misdemeanor stuff that turned a felony. It's like if you
Right.
robbing somebody,
Exactly.
you tell them in the robbery, say, man, it's a misdemeanor. Don't make this a felony, man. It's a
Mm-hmm.
simple robbery. Don't make it a murder.
Yeah.
That was, hey, I ain't giving y'all the game. That was just some back in the day stuff. That was one of my life lessons.
But it's true.
That
It
was
can
one of my
change in a
life
matter of
lessons,
seconds.
man. Hanging out with the wrong crowd, man. That's all. But staying resilient, man, and just staying the course on where you're headed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if we stay resilient in patience, stay resilient in practicing to be kind to people, we staying resilient in all these things because if we keep on learning the same lesson, that's like with me back in the day. I would go to jail for selling dope every 5 months, every other
Mm.
month. It's like, bro, you still selling? Don't you get up somewhere and sit down, little dude? Man, I don't want no job. I ain't finna work for no white people. And then that's what the mistakes were made. But that's when you learn. They
Yeah.
said things. What's they said? The quote is you'll keep facing the same thing until you learn it.
Right.
Until you
You're gonna
learn
keep
from
having
that.
the same
It's like in a
problem.
relationship. If you go in a bad relationship and you might be dating for a different type of people, but they still do the same thing that this first person did. That's
Yep.
because you haven't learned the lesson that was taught. Now
How
you
to
saying
deal
all
with them.
men are alike and all these women ain't nothing. All these men ain't nothing. But at the same time, that's because you're not putting in the work, learning who you are, so that you don't run into that same person. You
That's it.
feel me? So little
Yep.
things like that, man, we can grow from that. Hopefully this can help. You know what I'm saying? Understanding the value of resilience is like, hey man, I gotta stay the course. I gotta be like Mike. I can't say nothing to these people that's on the road, on the highways and the
Mm.
byways, trying to tell me about me. You know,
Right. Just turn around and walk away.
turn
Leave them
around and
talking
walk
to
away.
themselves.
Yeah,
But they ain't really had no choice but to go away because I ain't listening. You can argue with yourself all day. I ain't heard a word. Then
nah,
I
you
walked
can't.
back inside, got me a coffee, and left. So hey, like you ain't messing up my day. It's too early in the morning for that shit.
But man, yeah, man. So when we learn how to communicate effectively and forgive and let go, that's a
Yeah.
lot of us. We don't like to let things go. Just like that lady, she didn't want to let nothing go.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but I've learned myself. I've had to learn to let it go. I read that. I don't know if you ever get this book by T.D. Jakes. It's called Let Go.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing book, bro. It gives you
Okay.
all of that power. T.D. Jakes is a great author. I like his storytelling as well, but I don't know what him and
Mm-hmm.
Diddy had going on, but he said he liked to wear short shorts, man, but I don't know man Biddy, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah. But
Hey.
he's a great storyteller. He can definitely give you the information in ways that you can understand it. And
Right.
communicating effectively has been one of my practices. It's like we had that conversation, had that talk. We talked about that on communication skills right here on this show.
Yeah. Yep. Sure
So
did.
that's been a big goal. That's been a big thing. Mine is keep on learning how to communicate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for
Yeah.
real. I'm telling you. Once you let it go, you will be at peace and live a great life, man.
Yeah.
And that's a lot. That means a lot to a lot of people. Don't realize that you don't have to be combative. You don't have to say, man, if somebody say something, hey man, just chill and be quiet. And some people be like, "Nay, you be quiet. I ain't gotta be quiet." It's like, wait a minute. No, I'm
Yep.
trying to de-escalate, and you trying to escalate. What we doing? You
Yeah.
know. But we get into these situations, man, and that's what happens. Because we don't have no patience. The persistence is gone. We
Yeah.
just back into a toxic past lifestyle. And until we learn from that, somebody might have to go to jail or somebody might have to get hit in the mouth with a pistol or something before they
Yeah.
understand to shut up.
Yeah. Hey, it's a lesson learned.
Yeah, because
Unfortunately.
a lot of us we still try to feel like we're in control of us by trying to control somebody else.
Right. And that don't work.
That don't work. I
Don't
had to
work at all.
learn that I can't control nobody else, what they say, what they do. I have to be the one to be like, you know what? Let them have it, bro.
Yeah.
Let them win. Let them do whatever they feel is right in their heart. And I'm gonna do what's right in mine because I've learned how to communicate and being silent is part of communication. If those for those who don't know,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's a
It's
big
true.
part. You know,
It's like no answer is an answer.
how about that? That's for
Yeah.
real. I like that. And we can't do nothing else but learn from them failures, man, and
Because if you don't, you're
prioritize.
bound to repeat it. You're just going to keep repeating the same behavior, go through the same situations until you finally learn how to handle it. And a lot of
Yeah,
times, all it is just keep your mouth shut, walk away, do something else, and then when it's over, don't keep harping on it. Or you go to everybody and tell them, "Yo, this so and so did this.
wow,
This one did this."
wow,
All you doing
that's
is
good.
reliving. So
That's
now that
good.
person that you done had that argument with, now they're controlling your whole day. They just took you all out of your character. And everybody around it know, yo, why?
Yeah,
It's like, why? That person's controlling you all day because
yeah,
you won't let it go.
yeah. That's real. Hey, man, I'm telling you that is so true.
Yeah. Hey.
I had to catch myself the other day because I had one of the workers with me, and he was just making mistake after mistake, and I'm like, bro, you gonna have to chill. So I didn't have him work for me. I didn't have him work with me about 2 days in a row. But then when I seen him that third day, it just came all right back up. Like, bro, you
Mhm.
just, he trying to find, he want more money. I'm like, I ain't got no more money for you, bro. You
Wow.
got too many mistakes. I had to correct too many of your mistakes. So why would I pay you the full amount when you haven't, you know, oh, just come back and get me? Are you gonna put gas in the truck for me to come back and get you? How much sense does that make?
Right.
Come back and I'll fix it. How much gas money you got to come back and fix it for the little money that you thinking you finna get?
Wow. Yeah.
So I teach him a lesson, just because Okay, you if I
Mm-hmm.
gotta clean up paint off the floor, or if I gotta re-sand and I gotta re-mud the wall to re-sand the wall because you didn't sand it correctly, if I gotta go back and paint something that you didn't
Mm-hmm.
paint, anything that I have to do that I paid you to do, you ain't do it. It wasn't no free thing. I was paying you to do a
Mm-hmm.
job that you didn't do correctly. So we finna get some life lessons going right here, man.
Yeah,
This is what you.
that's what.
This is what I feel like that was worth, bro. You know. Oh, but you said this. It's like, but you did this. Now I
Mm-hmm.
had to take time out of what I was doing, my part, and now I had to correct your mistakes because I done took you back to the house that you didn't double check your work. You didn't do no proofreading. You remember back in school we had
Mm-hmm.
to do proofreading. If you turn a
Right.
paper in without proofreading it, they gonna mark that paper all up.
Yeah.
No
Red ink
comma.
all over.
Yeah, no
Yep.
comma here, no period, no exclamation mark, no question mark. We got to get
Yep.
all of that. So same thing with life, man. And see that's what's beautiful about me. I remember these school days, where we had to turn the paper in. We got to turn the school work in the correct way, or we gonna get, you know, we got to redo it.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna get no good grade. And life is
Yeah.
about getting a great grade. If you want to be around people who are successful,
Yeah. If you want
you
to
got,
be successful, you
well,
got to look
you
at the
you
details.
got to be around the people that's going to be successful too, because you can't be the only one successful if you're successful.
That's true.
And we got to
You,
fail
uh,
our way into success at times. But
you know,
just like,
I,
go ahead, bro.
I saw this thing. It was I think it was a reel on Instagram, but his father was teaching his daughter a lesson, a real life lesson about friendships and how easy it is for somebody else, for your friends and stuff, to pull you down than it is for you to pull them up.
Yeah,
And the lesson, it made so much sense, and the way he did it was like she will never forget that. 'Cause he
right.
had her stand up on the stool and told her to pull him up.
Yeah,
She couldn't do it. But then
yeah,
he just reached up, grabbed her hand, and pulled her right off the stool. He said, "Now pay attention to what I'm telling you, because this is a life lesson.
yeah,
It's much easier for me to pull you down than for you to pull me up. And
yeah,
that's the way it is with your friends." It's like, oh, it's so much sense. And the way he did it, he's like a visual. There's no way
yeah.
you can forget that lesson.
Yeah, and a lot of our friends, they say they want the success. They say they want to learn. They say because if you're doing well, and somebody say, "Hey, man, what you got going on?" Well, shit, bro, I'm gonna teach you right here. All right, yeah, I'm ready. You tell them to come back at
Hmm.
5. It's 6 o'clock when they come back. It's like, bro, I asked you to come back at 5. No, but I had something because of that friendship. They feel like they can be on CP time. And it's like, I got to
Right.
teach you a lesson in real time that no, if it's important to you, you're going to be here 5 minutes early.
Yeah. At
You
least.
see that I'm making money doing it. So why wouldn't you try to get here early so we can sit down and have a conversation before we even get the work done? It's like you go to the doctor's office. They tell you if you're a first-time patient, get here 30 minutes to 40 minutes early so we can do the
Hmm.
paperwork so that you're not here all day.
Right.
But a lot of people feel like, oh, I'm gonna get there. My appointment ain't until 1. I'm gonna get there at 12:55. But they already
Hmm.
explained to you. And a lot of times these lessons don't have to be done. Like we don't have to learn a lesson because people are giving you the game on what you need to be doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Everybody want to be successful, but you haven't studied not one successful person every throughout the day. You want to be like me. I say I want to be. I'm on Trapping Tuesdays. I'm on Market Mondays. I'm on.
Hmm.
I look at some replays on Wednesdays throughout the day. I listen to these YouTubers not YouTubers, but the Earl Nightingale audibles and all of this type of
Mm-hmm.
stuff throughout the day when I'm riding to work. I
Right.
listen to the Stoics. It's like I
Yep.
want to be something different than I was growing up. So I'm gonna listen to things that the millionaires listen to, that the billionaires listen
Right.
to. I'm reading the Bloomberg reports. I'm reading the Yahoo Finance. I'm looking at all of these type of
Mm-hmm.
things so that I can be successful in my financial status. You know what I'm saying? If you're not trying to
Right.
be financially stable, real freedom, to whereas you don't answer to nobody, yeah, that's when you just sitting up there talking about it.
Right.
But you catch me at sometimes I wake up at 3:30, sometimes I wake up at 4:30, but whatever it is, I give me my first 20 minutes to me and God, and then after that, I'm on Yahoo Finance or I'm on Bloomberg. I'm on something
Right.
that's got to do with some money.
Right.
That's my wake up. When I wake up, I don't want to give a damn about no TV. Yeah, that stock
Right.
market is real, baby, for real. That stock market is gonna get you where you need to
That's true.
be in the next 5 years. Cause see, we don't even realize 5 years go by and we still sitting around here talking about the party and the club, and 5 years done went by. We could have made $100,000
Yeah.
by just steady
Easy.
putting that money, that same $20, $30 that we gonna go to the club with, that 50 we gonna spend at the club, put that into that same account or multiple accounts, spread it out,
Yeah.
because you can build a great portfolio. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, we don't even realize dividends. Man, we got some dividend stocks, bro. It's a lady named Ashley. I forgot her last name, but I'm gonna send it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley, she talks about real estate dividends. You know what I'm saying? To where
Right.
they paying like 17% on some of them. So just think, if you put 100,000 or if you put 1,000 to start out with into a dividend stock that's paying you every 3 months 17% on your money, and you
Hmm.
ain't did nothing.
That's $170 every month, every 3 months,
Every 3 months you ain't
for
did
not doing nothing.
nothing. Now you letting
Yep.
it build. Now you letting it compound. So you stick it right back up in there. I'm gonna send it to you too. Yeah. So you stick it right back in there.
Yeah.
Now you that 170. Now I got 1,011. I got 1170 now.
Yep.
So what
That's
man,
true.
that's what I've been on, and I ain't
Yeah.
been telling nobody either. I just been keeping it quiet.
Hey,
Well,
hey, you know what's a
I just told everybody, but
yeah, you did. You spit all that game. But I listen to like EYO with Rashad in Ian
yeah,
Rashad and Troy.
you're right.
I don't always catch them live, but when I'm driving, I got them on. I'm listening to them. I put my earbuds in so I can actually hear them clearly while I'm
Market
driving.
Monday,
That and
yeah,
Blackout. Yeah,
yeah, Market Monday and
it's
Blackout.
a bunch. And
Blackout, I
matter of
don't really
fact,
like
you're
it
the
too
one who
much.
turned me on to it. Hmm?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Blackout, they do more talking. They do more talking than
Yeah,
they do
it's
really. Yeah, but
yeah, it
yeah,
ain't
but
too much about finances.
yeah,
But
yeah,
some of
yeah.
those things they talk about, they do actually have some life lessons.
Oh
Like
yeah.
last week, they had a what was this dude name? He was he's real successful. I think he was a music. No, he was a tech guy. They're gonna have him at the upcoming
Invest Fest.
convention in
Yeah,
investors. Yeah,
in
he's gonna
August.
be
Yeah.
doing the like where they're gonna be pitching for the tech companies.
Okay.
And this dude, he was spitting a lot of the game about tech and how to get into it, what to
Yeah.
start learning. Cause the
Now,
stuff, if you
now
don't hear
they got
about this stuff, you don't even think about it.
yeah, they got some tech stocks, man, that's gonna really boom that you should be invested in. I'm not
Hmm.
I haven't got all, but I think everybody probably know about in the video, but I don't. It's
Right.
just the fact that always, like they say, do your research on the company. Always look in the
Hmm.
company, find out who the owner is, tell you, and see if he, what his track record is and stuff like that. Because it's all public record, man. We just got to do the homework.
Right.
And a lot of us don't want to learn new stuff,
Yeah.
but we'll learn from all the failures that we've had. It's cool to learn from the
Mm-hmm.
failures, but at the same time, you have to initiate a new thought, a new idea.
Right.
I heard
A lot of
somebody, I heard a thing the other day where it was like, God teaches you by giving you an idea.
yeah,
That was kind of cool to me. I
it's true.
thought that was pretty cool.
And it's like what you gonna do with it. I gave you the idea, now you gotta do something.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I
Mhm.
was telling this remember I was telling you about the guy from the gym, the boxing gym, who just gave up everything?
Yeah.
And he's a bishop in the church, and he was preaching this lesson one time about the three talents. So it's like
Yeah.
this rich man, he was going on vacation. He gave these different servants the talents,
Right.
and then it all boiled down to what they did with it. And one, he only gave one. So the dude, instead of trying to invest it or make it increase, he took
Yeah.
it, wrapped it up, and buried it just to save it. But when he came back, everybody else had increased the money that they gave. All he had was just what he was given. So
Yeah.
basically, the master punished him, took it from him, and gave it to somebody else, and basically just sent him on his way. And I'm
Hmm.
telling this dude, I'm like, yo, that's what you did. You had somebody paying your rent for a whole year. You ain't have to worry about paying a penny. They paying every month your rent and sending you people to sign up to let them rent the space, and you make the money, and you still ain't do nothing with it.
Wow.
And then you mad when the guy say, "I'm not going to renew the lease."
You
Like,
know
why
what that's
would he?
called? That's being
Hmm?
privileged. That's that privilege
Yeah,
mentality. I'm
yep.
entitled to this.
And look where he got in now. Now he ain't got nothing.
Damn.
It's
Man.
a hard lesson, but it's a lesson worth learning. And see, another thing when it comes to learning these life lessons, watching what somebody else does can teach you. If you pay
Yeah.
attention, there's a lesson in everything.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
just gotta pay attention and find out what's that lesson.
Yeah. That's what I've been
That's what
doing
I can.
lately, man. It's just watching the greats, watching people
Yeah.
who's always consistent, watching these
Hmm.
guys who don't stop, man. You gotta
Yeah.
look at
Be
Trapping
honest with you.
Tuesdays too. Wall Street Trapper on
The Wall
Tuesdays.
Street Trapper. Yeah,
Yeah, check him
I
out on
just started
Tuesdays.
with him. I started following him.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
caught something last week that he put out. And I was like, yeah, this is worth following.
That dude there is the truth, man. I like him better than I like EYL right now
Yeah,
because he
but
he
I had
he's
seen him, but I never listened really.
yeah, he give you some reality stories to where it's like,
Hmm.
he put it in biblical form, or he gonna put the Bible in the hood form for you.
Okay, yeah,
So it's like a
it
TD
makes
Jakes
you
type of
learn.
dude. Yeah, yeah, man. You're gonna
Gotcha.
learn. And we learn better when we familiar with some of the conversation.
Right.
It's like I try not to cuss, but I know sometimes if the audience that I'm talking to, they might be some cussers.
Yeah. It's what
So
can they
when
relate to?
yeah, that's who's gonna relate to it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So we had to look at the audience who we're dealing with and evolve. I mean, elaborate to them better than we do somebody with a suit on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So it's a
noticed
lot.
that. But what's the dude? Eric Thomas, I think it is.
Yeah, the
You
hip
know how
hop
back
preacher.
in the old days when people doing all the when they doing these when they're speaking engagements, everybody used to always wear suits and stuff.
Right.
And now coming out, they got on their sweats or they just dress.
Jordan.
It's not dressing down, but they're dressing like the people in the street, like the people
Right.
that they want to relate to. And the
Yeah.
people are actually learning more. They're relating more
But
and
you gotta
getting more into what's going on.
realize something about this guy, Eric Thomas, bro. He talks to corporate. He
Yep.
talks to Fortune 500 companies looking like that
Yep. Exactly.
because
And they
the energy that he gives when he's giving the message have people
hmm
like just in a trance.
right. You
He don't
gotta
even use a
listen to them.
microphone. If you look at him, he might have a microphone. Sometimes he don't have a microphone.
Yeah,
He
little
just yelling.
small one on the collar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just screaming though. He be talking loud. He just
Yep. Yeah, I saw a couple of times when he was outside talking to like football players, college players and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
yeah,
good, but what he says makes sense.
yeah.
Then I heard, I saw something. I think it was something that you sent me where it was talking about the guys, like say your mom and your pops can tell you something and
Right.
you don't want to hear it, but your friends can tell you the exact same thing,
Yeah,
and now
yeah.
you listen. So it's about you
Everything.
don't listen to you don't. It's not about the messenger. It's all about the message.
Right. You know what that stems from? We
Hmm,
don't like listening to authority figures. We feel like our
true.
parents are the authority. We like they're the police, like they don't we don't listen to authority because who taught us that? Your daddy, your
Right.
uncle, your big brother say, man, we don't listen to no police. We don't listen to nobody who thinking they running us. So you grow up
Hmm.
with that same mindset as a child. Man, I ain't listening to my mama. Man, my
Right.
mama thinks she running something. It's like, bro, your
Yep.
mama is running something. She the one, and your
Right.
daddy is running something. But we grow up with that mindset of, I don't listen to authority.
Yeah.
So that's why none of our children really pay attention to us because
Yeah.
in the way
True.
we talk to them, it's like I went back to that. I'm gonna go back to that. It says you got to have communication skills. You if your
Hmm.
communication is like me and my son, I used to demand and tell my son what to do. Now I put it into a way to where he's gonna do it regardless. It's not
Right.
even telling him no more. I don't tell him to do stuff. I say, man, don't this make sense to you if you do this like this, bro? Hey man, look at this,
Hmm.
man. Now if you take this right here and you put this like this, won't that work out for you? Oh, okay, thank you, Dad. I appreciate that. So it's not me
Yeah.
telling him, I'm not, hey, get your ass over here and do this and do that. You better no, I can't. That's poor communication skill. That's low level.
Yeah.
But if I give him the game on, I give him a vision on say, man, if,
Hmm.
if you do it like this, it looks better, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
you right. You right. That do look better. Exactly, bro. Yeah, yeah. It's not what you say, it's just how you say it, you know.
True.
And that's when
True.
people get back into the understanding.
Yeah.
And they'll
There's
be
a lot
better
of
adults too.
right, but I
You know what I'm
noticed
saying?
there's a lot. It's especially in our community. A lot of the parents they're not talking to their kids. They're talking at them.
Right,
They're
right,
raising their voice. They yell them. They got them all
right.
jittery. They may get causing anxiety. But it's
So
just
would you
if
want to
you
listen to
relax and just
somebody like
talk.
that? You don't want to listen to
Nah,
nobody who doing that.
nah, exactly.
Because as a
'Cause,
child, you're like, what I do to deserve this? Was
yeah,
it that bad that I did? What I did, was it that
right. And
bad?
every time you open your mouth,
Nah,
and then I remember my mom, she be telling us, "You don't do what I do. You do what I say, not what I do."
that right there.
But
And
you
that's
can't
how
miss what you're doing. We watching you,
that's how we
and that's
grew up,
where the
man.
learning. Yeah,
That's and then it goes back to what we were saying earlier, generational conversations. It's
yep,
not a cycle.
exactly.
People be talking about generational curses. It's not a curse. It's a
Right,
generational conversation that's being repeated over and
over
over.
and over. That's true. Hey, I'll never forget when you first told us, when you first said that on the show. I'm like, damn, that makes so much sense. Because it's really not a curse.
Nah,
Everything we just keep talking about the same thing over and over, and not doing anything about it.
you see what your boy told you?
What'd you say? I can't read it.
Oh, he said, like I'm telling Uncle Mike to dye that beard.
Hey man, it's all natural. I earned every one of these gray hairs. Hey, on top, in the middle, and on the bottom. I earned every one of them.
Out of control.
Yo,
But that's how
I
that's
ain't
how
dying nothing.
but that's basically what I do really see that when children defy their parents, man, it's because that was our upbringing. Don't listen to
Yeah,
authority.
yeah,
Don't, yeah. And Amber is in agreement with you, bro. Amber's that's right, Mike. Yeah, I know that's right, Mike.
Hey,
But
that shoe polish
yeah,
ain't doing me no good.
yeah. That's where we mess up as parents though, because we're being too authority authoritative
Yeah,
authoritarian.
authoritative.
Yeah. Instead of being not
Yeah,
being their friend, but just having a better communication skills, give
right.
them a vision on what you want them to do and make it make sense in a child's mind.
Yeah, that's I found that a lot of time, like kids ask a lot of questions, but if you actually take the time to listen to the question and then
Yeah,
give them an answer that makes sense to them, they
right.
stop asking. 'Cause
Yeah,
now you just satisfy what it is they're trying to find out. But a
that's
lot of
it.
times, I ain't got time for that. Get away from me. Go to the house somewhere.
Right.
Shut up. I'm tired of that now. All that. It's
Eh,
like, yo, you ain't never gonna. You can't do nothing with that.
nah. Who wants to be a part of that?
Right.
I
Right.
know. I don't. I'm gonna be like, man,
Nope.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that, man.
Yeah. I spend my time talking with other people who I can actually hear and understand. I don't need
Right.
all this screaming and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. You've experienced. You had a good experience. You had a good teacher. You had a good
Yeah.
teacher, man. All of that life lessons you was learning over there. I say, boy, he gonna be sharp when he get up out of it. We gonna call him Mr. Pencil Sharpener. He gonna be sharp when he get up out of that spot.
Yep. Hey, it was a
Can't
learning
nothing.
experience, but I learned.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
make those mistakes no more.
yeah. You see anything like that coming towards you, you gonna be like, hey, go back over there. Go back that way. Go back that way.
Yeah. Yo, you know what's crazy? What's real crazy is I got a message talking about is this Michael? I'm like, who is this? Then finally, just some woman. She's like, this is Evelyn. I'm like, well, how do I know you? Or do I know you at all? She's like, no, we've never met, but I found you on some. She looked like she's trying to travel to Florida. I'm like, well, when people start asking me a question without greeting me or without telling me who they are, I kind of get a little agitated. So I don't want to be disrespectful, but how about you start telling me your name and we start this whole conversation over? So this like, oh, I'm sorry, I understand you right. And then it's like she trying to come to Florida. I'm like, why are you calling me for that? I'm like, I can't do nothing for you. So look, I spend my time working, training, and studying.
Man, she
So
wanted
I
that
ain't got
great
time.
beard. She wanted that
Yo,
great beard and that bald head. She said she
yo,
coming down to get her man.
and she kept texting. I'm like, yo, I just wanted to ask him, like, yo, are you trying to hook up or something? She was like, no, no, that's not. I said, good, because I ain't got time for that anyway. I said, but if
Uh,
you want to go somewhere, Orlando is more family oriented. You want to go to Miami Beach or Miami, singles hang out there, or you can go to Tampa. That's it. That's all I can tell you about coming to Florida. But she's like, well, where do you live? Then, are you single? I'm like, technically, no. But I ain't got time to be trying to be with nobody anyway. And
Mike, she
still,
ready.
why would I try
She
to be with
ready, Mike.
somebody? Yo, I don't even know what this woman looked like. I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, it's like for some reason I keep getting messages like, especially on
She ain't had no
WhatsApp.
profile picture.
No, it was just a text, a regular text. Like, they had my phone number. I don't even know how she got my phone number. I asked, but she never answered. But like WhatsApp, I keep getting messages and stuff. Come to find out, it's some 18-year-old girl. I ain't got time for that. Like, yo, no, that's a waste of my time. I'm old enough to be your grandfather. What the hell I'm gonna waste my time with you for? No,
Come on, R. Kelly. Come on, R. Kelly.
no, I'm trying not to get. I ain't robbing no cradles.
Come on,
Nah,
P. Diddy. P. Diddy, don't do him like
shoot.
that, P. Diddy.
Be out there. All I gotta do is buy her a pocketbook and some shoes. Go to Payless, get her a pair of shoes, and she good. Nah,
Ah, Lord. Oh man. They
Yeah,
trying to get you jammed up, Mike. You trying to get you jammed up, like
yo,
Amber said. They trying to get you jammed up,
yeah.
man.
And the trip is, you know how when somebody does that, it's like, yo, but what you got now? You want to have a conversation to see if you can get it. Like, man, I ain't got the time. I don't want to waste my time. 'Cause
Oh, I'm telling
it
you.
just ain't me. I'm
Yeah,
so far away from that now. It's like, yo, I'm happy. I am just happy being the way I am.
that part.
Yeah. And it's a great feeling, man. It's like I never knew how messed up things were because I
Yeah,
was so into it that I never took the time to think about it and reflect on what life was doing, or not even what life was doing, what the situation had me going through. But
right.
once I got out of it, I'm like, yo,
Heavy.
now I see it. Then when I saw that you guys could see what was going on, when y'all
Yeah.
started, I'm like, damn, that
Yeah,
really was bad.
it was a weight lifted off of your shoulder. Excuse me,
Yeah.
weight lifted off your
And,
shoulders, bro.
yep. And
Yeah,
I ain't
we
got
see.
to deal with that no more. Shit.
Yeah.
I'm happy as a pig and shit.
Yeah, we seen how happy you was, man. That's a beautiful thing, bro.
Yeah,
Ain't
man.
no
I'm
doubt.
enjoying life.
Yeah,
And, and those are lessons that I learned too, because I learned them the hard way, but they stuck. And that's the important thing that they stuck.
that's what's happening. That's what's happening. But man, it's been another great show. We're gonna get off because I'm sleepy. I ain't been to sleep, man. Gonna take this
I'll be
5 minutes to get up out of here early. There's 4 minutes, 3 minutes, and 30 seconds. Yeah, what you got for it? What you got for it?
yo on the go out. It's like, yo, life is always going to teach you something. If you don't learn it the first time, it's going to keep coming back until you finally get it. So pay
Yeah,
attention to what's going on around you. Learn those lessons the first time and keep moving forward.
boy, I'm telling you. And that's pretty much the same thing, man. If you ever think that you're gonna be graduating from school, just keep living life. You're gonna always learn something throughout life that's gonna teach you something that's of value, that's gonna be make you be grateful, to make you humble, all of those type of things. So y'all, we just gotta stay in this moment, live in this moment so that you can see.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you try to live in the past, you can't see anything that resembles future. And if you try to live in the
Man.
future, all you're gonna do is make the same mistakes from the past. So stay in the
Yep.
right now moment, y'all. And y'all come back next week, man. Y'all go over there to YouTube, like, subscribe, and share over there. And we're gonna see y'all next week with something good, man. We're gonna bring out some great topic that's gonna be beneficial to you. Hopefully this was beneficial to you guys. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Peace till the next time.
Peace. Peace.
Yes, sir.
Yo.